You're listening to The Fellas with Anthony McCoy,
Listen, man, that wasn't my fault. It was an unknown error.
Rich Thurston,
Someone said it was like the Bulls never changed their passwords, and Tibbs just popped in and did an auto trade.
Kev Lund,
We're out here doing this podcast, and these fools are out here blowing Super Bowls. Like, let's switch that up. Pay me a cool million, and I'll call the right place. I promise you.
and Kyle Straub.
When one of those point guards is James Harden, yes, the answer is yes, they are a better team.
Finally got the band back together. Everybody able to join us on the Fellas podcast this week. A lot that has gone down since the last time we joined you. We're going to start off with the Super Bowl. Just happened this past Sunday. Not the Eagles, or not the Patriots. The Eagles came away Super Bowl champs. I know the four of us, along with probably the rest of America, I think you guys can agree with, the whole time we were watching this thing, kept thinking, well, here comes Tom Brady. Patriots are going to win this one, all the way up until it actually hit zeros. All in agreement there?
I was just waiting for it to happen.
Literally, even after it hit zeros, was still waiting for something to happen where they had another chance or something.
Yeah, they just actually finally ran out of time for once. And until that ball didn't get caught by Gronk, it's like, they might still win. So.
And you can kind of tell that that's what the Eagles and their fans and even the players' kind of reaction were too, like double checking the clock to make sure that it was completely over before they let themselves kind of let loose and celebrate. Did you guys think that was it a Super Bowl that the Eagles outright won? Were they the better team, or was it something that the Patriots did or didn't do that cost them that Super Bowl?
Yeah.
The sack fumble?
Yep.
How big of an impact do you think Malcolm Butler not playing had to do with it?
No.
Like, do you think he would have changed the way that game went?
I doubt it. I don't look at him as like a shutdown corner.
I didn't either, but all I've heard the last 2 days on the sports talk stuff on ESPN and on radio is everybody's debating back and forth whether he could have made a difference, and a lot of people seem to think that he's good enough that he could have changed the way that the Eagles were attacking him.
Did they ever come out and say why he didn't play? Like, I know Belichick was just basically like, I made the decision, deal with it kind of
No,
thing.
son, it's Bill Belichick. We're never going to find out the truth as to what actually happened with that.
There's been a few things that came out today about. They said that he went to a concert and then he showed up late.
I saw a report that he was he was out partying the night before and he showed up late an hour or something.
They said he was
So
sick
that's why
too,
Bill-
right?
all week. He missed practice like all week.
Okay.
But the thing
Well, I mean,
is,
if that's true, then he definitely wasn't going to play.
yeah. But the thing is, like, he went and like tweeted all this stuff, like basically like his goodbye from New England, and like he didn't even clear his name. Like at that point, I would have been like, "Yo, this is what was up." He didn't even. He just was like, "What it is, what it is." Blah blah blah. Like, let us know what happened, man. Like, obviously you did
He's hoping
something.
he can get another job in the NFL.
Oh, he'll get one. The Jets will get him. Watch.
Yeah, you know they will, too.
Somebody in the
Yeah,
AFC
They need this
East.
money.
I honestly don't know if this is recording me right now. Like, there's
Is it moving the
no
line?
there's no like lines going up and down when I talk.
Classic.
Yeah, let's just wing it. Let's do it.
So we're laughing because just in case this isn't happening for Rich, we thought we had everybody with us, but Rich claiming that he may not be recording right now. So we're gonna.
That'll
see
be
if we can
funny
fix that.
if we put it together and he has nothing and it's just us having a conversation with no one.
It's a conversation with the unknown error.
Yeah. Special guest.
He's been
Rich,
dying to
take
get
the
on.
iPad and show me the screen that has the Audacity running on it while you're talking.
Do you see it?
Good old live troubleshooting.
Nope, shut up, McCoy. Go ahead and talk, Rich. I need you to be on the big screen here.
See how there's only little dots? I don't know if that's me recording or not.
Yeah, no, it's all right. So you're recording. Good. This is going to go out there for everybody. It's just not recording you very high. So turn your recording level up a little bit,
Turn the
and,
mic up.
and you'll be good to go.
Turn that shit up.
Gotcha. All right, maybe it's better
You
now.
on the headphones.
Either way, let's let the conversation roll.
Yeah.
So, I don't think that Malcolm Butler's ass was stopping the dimes that Nick Foles was chucking. That dude he had his passes on point, man. I don't think Malcolm Butler was stopping any of that.
Yeah, I don't think he would have made enough of a difference. Like, that game offensively for both sides was absurd.
Yeah, it was just gonna come down to who got the ball last. And for the first time, we see the Patriots didn't get it with enough time to get down to where they needed to be. So
Because
No,
of
I
that
would
fumble,
argue
man.
they did.
They did.
It was
They
just
just-
the first time that we seen somebody
Yeah.
made a play against them, like Rich said
yeah,
earlier.
that's true. The fumble. Yeah.
That fumble was
'Cause they
huge.
weren't
I was
stopping them.
shocked.
No. Tom Brady had 500 yards passing in that game.
Did you
Yeah, that was
see
his
what
best
he did
Super
all
Bowl.
game? It was like playing Madden, like easy level. He just put people in motion, and he was like, "Oh, man, zone," and like all his wide receivers, there was no one around, like 10 yards, wide open.
Yeah, I don't even think
For
it
the
matters
most part,
that
he had mad time.
I don't even think it matters that Cooks got hurt.
Nope. Didn't
No.
stop him. Didn't slow him down one bit.
Malcolm Jenkins laid the boom on his ass.
Yeah. That's what he gets trying to get them extra yards, son.
Should have just gone down.
You already had the first down, and the offense is moving, man. Take what you get and get down. He got rocked.
Yeah, he did.
Jacked up.
So going into that game, the Patriots knew that they were going to lose some coaches. There was a couple of guys that had already agreed in principle to go some places, and one of them was Josh McDaniels, who just pulled a Bill Belichick and agreed to become the Colts head coach. And just as we were coming on air, said, "You know what? Never mind. I'm going to stay in New England," which immediately brought up speculation that maybe Bill Belichick is gone. Have you guys heard anything on that front?
I heard that he's coaching next year.
Yeah, they sent out the yes man alert saying he's definitely coaching next year.
So he'll be back. So McDaniels just like, no, I don't want to go to the Colts.
That
Didn't McDaniels coach the Broncos and somebody else before
he
too?
drafted Tebow, son.
That's right.
The Mets savior.
Let's see, get the fuck out of here.
I mean, why go to the Colts? Like, what do they have going for them? Like, he can just wait and be the O coordinator for the Patriots and get a better job at some point.
Their owner
What do
likes
the
to get it in.
Patriots have going for them after this?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, the future of the Patriots isn't like the brightest thing in the world as far as the long term. You know, maybe the next 2-3 years is still bright, but
Yeah, but that's all he needs. Like, he can pass on this job because he's going to get a job offer next season, you know? Maybe the
so you
Colts
think that's what
wasn't
his
the right
you think that's what
fit.
his game plan is? Not that he wants to be the coach of the Patriots,
I think so.
because that's kind of what it seems like.
That could be it too, but I mean, you know, if he doesn't like the job offer, if that could, you know, wait for the Patriots job to open or wait for a more desirable position to open. What do the Colts have going for them,
It's the
Nothing.
uncertainty around Luck, man.
son? Because Andrew Luck is overrated as hell when he plays, and he's hurt all the time anyway.
And
You
he
know
might not
Robert
be the
Kraft.
same overrated when he comes back.
Robert Kraft was in McDaniel's ear, like, yo,
What's the part?
just hang out and be the next coach. He ain't. Something like that had to have happened because why would he have agreed unless Luck is hurt? You know what I
So
mean?
they're trying to do what, like, that Bill and Bill thing.
Yeah,
like, what
exactly, dude.
Parcells and Belichick
Yes,
were
that's
doing.
what I was thinking. That same thing.
Like, why else would he
Which
have
didn't work
accepted
out.
it and then backed out? If like it's got to be an injury to Luck or some shystiness behind the scenes with Robert.
There was another alert that said he was a big influence by why he came back. Robert Kraft.
Yeah, see.
yeah, that's what he's saying. Like the shiesty.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't know if he actually said that was why he came back. I'm watching these lines, man.
They're not going
Don't
up.
worry about
No,
the
they
Put
are.
the mic by your mouth a little closer then.
Baby.
Yelling to that. See if
Yeah,
they
no,
jump.
nothing.
All right, got one guy that's too quiet. Got McCoy who's screaming into it, and I got to tone him down every week.
I ain't calm it down, son.
So even when he was here, I tried showing this guy what the levels were supposed to look like and what his looked like. Hopped on here, and I immediately could tell that he was hot. Coming in all loud.
I got a hot mic, son.
That ain't his fault, son.
Spitting that die line.
Straight fire.
Said it's not his fault.
How about Gronk's house getting robbed during the Super Bowl? Did,
You know, that honestly didn't surprise me at all.
did you hear the 911 call he made when he got home?
No.
He's like,
Hold
"Hi,
on,
this
just-
is Rob Gronkowski.
Yeah.
My house got robbed, while I was playing
I was at the
playing
Super
in
Bowl."
the Super Bowl."
Yeah, that made me think of that Chappelle skit when he was talking about how they should have released people's 911 call.
Did you hear the call when Dave died? Sounded like a little bitch.
That's hilarious. Fuck.
That's the time to hit somebody up, though, I guess, right? Like, everybody that would be there would probably be at the game, so...
Yeah, so that's, I guess, why I wasn't surprised, because I feel like every time there's, like, some type of big sporting event, some type of athlete somehow has something happen to his house, whether it's vandalized or burglarized or whatever.
They can afford to have someone there if they know, like, they're
Right.
gonna be gone. Like, if this just keeps happening, like...
Right? Get some better security or something.
Like, why are you not living in a gated community if you're a millionaire pro athlete? Especially like Rob Gronkowski or Tom Brady or somebody.
Because I'd make my own gated community with just me.
Didn't
Right.
Jeter have a moat?
Right? Got crocodiles and piranhas in here.
Something.
The drawbridge is up.
You can have your crocodiles. I want the leopards.
The leopards. Just sitting in the tree out front.
Waiting to pounce.
They ain't eating in days.
Damn,
Were
imagine
you
robbing
guys,
someone's house and then having to run from a leopard? Fuck that.
You're not running from a leopard. You're getting eaten by a leopard if you're
Yeah.
running. You better pull a Ricky Bobby and become real calm and friends with that cat. Otherwise, you're done.
I can't calm down. There's a cougar on me.
Sit down, Karen. One of the all-time great movies.
Yes, it is Shake and Bake.
Kev, have you ever seen that? I
Kev
know
hates
your
that man.
love of Will
No,
Ferrell.
Kev has never seen it.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. That shit is funny as hell from beginning to end.
Hilarious.
Did you see this today, Stroh?
What's that?
Oh,
Oh, the bowl.
albino bull.
Yo,
I was
I was
at
at-
work and I was scrolling through. I saw the picture and I saw you guys were laughing at it, but I didn't think that anything was funny about an albino bull.
everything is funny about the albino bull.
Yeah.
I was at
That's
work.
your mascot.
I was at work and I was doing some stuff, and all of a sudden Kev sent that, and everyone was quiet, and I went ha ha, and everyone looked at me. They were like, they didn't know what to say, and I was like, got a message, and then just went back to my
I was
life.
gonna say that. Mind your neck.
That is the best though when you
Oh,
get a
shit.
message or you see something and it makes you laugh out loud when you're somewhere quiet and everybody looks at you like I don't give a shit. This
Yep.
is funny.
Uh-huh.
So were you guys surprised that Alex Smith got traded as quickly as he did? Like normally with the NFL, they're very like this date is when people start getting traded. This is when free agents start signing and stuff. Before the Super Bowl even happened, this dude's traded to another team.
Yeah, that was crazy that it happened. What did it happen? Like
That was
Monday
like a
of
week
Super
before
Bowl
Super Bowl,
week?
right?
Yeah. Yep.
Like it was because I listened to a lot of like the ESPN podcasts driving around, and it was like I think it was Monday. It was like normally we would start Super Bowl week with this, and that, and there was a trade, and it was wild.
Yeah. So it kind of changes the dynamics for you and I, Kev, as far as what our offseason, what we would like to see the Jets do, because with the 6th pick, it kind of limits our quarterback options. So now Kirk Cousins is a guy that's out there. Nick Foles as well, because of what he just did in the Super Bowl, is a guy that's out there. Either of them interest you to be on the Jets?
I'm in for Kirk. Nick Foles is I think a perfect match for what he's got there. You take him out of that RPO, that run pass option shit, and Doug Peterson.
Yeah, I agree 100% with that. He's got to be in the perfect type of situation.
And we ain't got
We saw
that.
how bad he was when he was with the Rams a couple of years ago.
Exactly. It would be that all over
Trash on
again.
Philly first time too. Except that one season when he replaced Vic.
Yeah, he
Yeah, I'm
threw
not going
one
to
pick.
completely blame him for Chip Kelly.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want him with the Jets. No, I'll take Kirk. I mean, for what's out there in the draft. I mean, how often does a guy that, I mean, in today's NFL come free agent like that with his stats? I mean, that guy's pretty damn good.
So I don't know how good Kirk Cousins is. Like, I don't think that he's some Pro Bowl type quarterback. But I think you just saw you can win a Super Bowl with a serviceable guy in the right system. So if he can fit our system or we can put a system around him, all right, I'm cool with it. But by no means do I want the Jets trading for Nick Foles.
I
No,
was about to say, what is your system?
I
well,
don't know.
It's all about
That's why I
the
said
system.
we could put one around him.
I can tell you, the guy that's going to be our new O coordinator, Bates, comes from Shanahan, and Shanahan's who drafted Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins likes this guy. He likes how the play calling could be. So he's already commented about it, how like it could be a fit. So
The one thing I will tell you, I'll be pissed if the Jets do, is if Washington puts the
don't trade
franchise
for
tag
him.
on Cousins, we better not trade for him.
No,
Oh, you're trading for him.
I hope not. Like that would be such a stupid thing to do, which is probably why
That's
they'll
why
do
you're
it.
going to trade for him. Yeah.
Alright, about the Jets.
nah, man. If
Le'Veon Bell wasn't
if he's
hesitant.
on the open market,
Not enough money in the world.
if he's on
Yeah,
the
there were
open
multiple
market, I'm
times
in.
during that 30 for 30, the two Bills, where they made reference to like, of course the Jets would do something like that.
Yep. Yeah.
Damn
they
it,
were
man!
slapping him
Shut
out.
up. Yeah, stop.
Yo, the part at the end was mad funny, son. That's
No,
what you
I
could
so it cut off. I don't even want to know what he said.
see. They just said they weren't. Parcells just wasn't having any part of going in there, son.
The
Neither of
guy
them.
asked him. He said, "Why won't you go in?" And Bill opened his mouth, and my recording cut off right there.
He just
So I don't
said
even
there's-
know what he said.
He was like, "Oh, do you want to end it on a good note and not go in there?" He's like, "Yep." He just had. We wanted none of going in there. It was hilarious.
That surprises me that he didn't want to go into the Jets locker room because there was never any bad blood when he was done with the Jets.
They
He
exp-
even
he
stuck
ex-
around with the front office a little bit.
He explained it. The ESPN writer for the Jets, Rich Cimini, I guess like they spoke afterwards, and he said that both of their cars were waiting outside, and they had been there for like 8 hours, and they
They just wanted to get
they
the
had
fuck
enough
out
of
of there.
MetLife Stadium and ESPN and cameras, and then the last thing that they asked these two old guys to do was go to the Jets locker room, and they were
To
like,
see what?
"I'm out." Yeah, exactly. They
Yeah,
ain't got no,
and
there ain't no
Belichick is-
trophies.
Oh, I
in
don't
there.
like knowing the truth.
What's up? They went into the
Truth's not
Giants
fun.
locker room and they had their Super Bowl trophies in there. You
Yeah,
know?
they ain't none in the other one. Well, an
Like, what
old
have you
one.
seen in the Jets locker room?
Well,
Yeah,
and it
right?
made
Oh,
sense to go into the Giants and sit there because that's where their like career started together, basically.
Yeah, they won 2 Super Bowls together.
Yeah. Yep.
And then it's funny. Belichick was like, "Oh, there's the 2 we won, and then there's the other 2 that we gave him." I'm gonna have you dying.
Straub, I just looked up Cousins' career stats, or at least the last 3 years. We would sign up for that in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
Yo, yeah, but here's the thing with Kirk Cousins. Like, I feel like he's one of those dudes who you look at his numbers and you're like, oh, wow, that's not a bad game. But you watch him play and you're like, I'm not really sure if I want this guy on my team.
Man, he came back and slung the rock and beat Seattle in Seattle. That's all I needed to see when their secondary and everything was all put together. I got faith in that dude.
I mean, like, listen, it's better than anything that the Jets have had.
And if we didn't have to,
Vinny Testaverde's.
if we didn't have to
Ever.
waste another
Ever.
6th pick on developing a quarterback, and you could go out there with the 6th pick and just
The
pick.
only quarterback that I really want out of this draft, and I think we could probably get him later anyway, would be Baker Mayfield.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Elway's fascinated with that guy.
What, Rich?
I'm going to send something to you people. I've never seen that.
What just to go back to Philly, like they kind of have to keep Foles anyway, because isn't Wentz gonna miss some of the season?
They think
Yes,
so.
I think so.
So say Philly starts off 5-0 when Foles is playing just like he has
Yikes.
been.
Yikes.
Nah.
Does Wentz get his job back?
Yeah, 100%.
That's nuts.
He was about to be the NFL MVP until he tore his knee up.
Yeah, but
There's
if
no
Foles-
quarterback controversy.
If Foles keeps playing like he had,
Tom Brady
like,
2.0.
There's
Gotta
no
be a
quarterback
controversy.
controversy. No. They'll trade him.
Who, Wentz?
No, they'll trade Foles.
They already said
Once
before the
Wentz is
game they
back
would
and
listen to
healthy.
him. They would listen to trade options.
Yeah. Like, I think if somebody offers them a first-round pick that's in the top half of this this draft, he's gone, and they don't care about the first 5 weeks of the season anyway.
It's a risky move.
Nick Foles needed to take his checks and go sit the fuck down. He played 6 games, won the Super Bowl, was the MVP. He don't need to do anything else.
Right? He's
Right.
making mad money,
It's ju-
sponsorship money.
It's
from
just
that.
like I thought Cam should have retired if he would have won the Super Bowl. He won a national championship, Heisman, MVP, Rookie of the Year, Super Bowl MVP if they would have won it. I want to be able to remember stuff.
Antetokounmpo is a
Yo,
monster, son.
I
yo,
just watched that. Take that. The knee,
Oh my god.
the knee to the face.
yo, he jumped over someone on a oop.
Like, this dude is the real life embodiment of Space Jam. It's incredible.
Yo. They got to take Tim Hardaway out of the game right now.
Take him out of the NBA.
McCoy, pick up your phone and look what I sent you.
Somebody. He's got to retire somebody.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, that's right. The team did.
Your boy.
Actually, I'm glad that you sent that because I wanted to talk about your boy getting some more tampering charges again, Rich.
Oh, they were
Watch
weak
his
tampering
mouth over
charges. They were weak
What's
ones.
that?
They were weak ass tampering
I
charges.
don't even think that's tampering. Like,
He's-
how's that tampering?
Right?
He said he was a good
You're
player.
just literally not allowed to talk to or about another team's player.
Magic ain't worried about it.
Stupid.
They sell $50,000 in Dippin' Dots at LA in Staples Center.
He's making that money up in Dippin' Dots.
Yeah. Do you still have that video up on your phone?
Who, me?
The one he just sent?
Yeah. It's just funny to look at the comments, and they got this video, this clip of John McEnroe, old ass white tennis player
John
with. Well, he's got this bright ass red fitted on backwards, just making these horrible facial expressions because Hardaway got the mean dunk.
He got dunked over.
Oh my god! I was waiting.
He's having a rough week, man.
I was waiting for him to fall down.
Game Sunday.
Rich, I was waiting for him to fall down. I
Me
thought he
too,
took a
Kev, but he cleared him.
Yeah, I thought he took a knee to the face, and then it was like, no, I'm just going over you. Holy shit!
Yeah.
No big deal.
Take that.
Bucks just traded for Zeller.
Which one?
Which one?
Hey, there's 2 of them.
Yeah, Tyler and Cody.
So now they got Henson and Zeller together.
Hudson and Zeller, yep, being the championship quarterback.
They're trying. I don't know how well that's going to work for them in the NBA, but
I mean,
I can't believe you guys just ruined a great highlight. Like, I was so excited that Giannis just jumped over someone and dunked on this man on a oop. And somehow it got turned into Tyler Zeller and John Henson being UNC champions. Now I'm pissed.
because there's always a North Carolina tie, Rich. Always.
Yeah, well, number 9 Duke is gonna unrank them on Thursday night. That's for
Unranked
sure.
Not if we lose to Duke, we wouldn't drop out of the rankings. So
You're
Here
out.
comes the unranking.
Duke that just lost to St. John's.
Well, St. John's, son.
Well, you lost to the Terriers, so hush.
St.
Fletcher
John's is
McGee.
worse than the Terriers, son.
Warford's record's
They had
better than
11
theirs.
losses in a row going into that
In a
game.
row, so
The Terriers.
St. John's is
we're
awesome.
hot that night, man. McGee.
Everybody
At
is
least
hot
you
from
remember
down the arc
McGee.
against us.
I can't forget about that. It's like that little white dude that beat Kansas in the one game.
Yo, that guy was the man for life.
Yeah.
The man for
Always
life.
gotta have those dudes.
Oh,
He caught that 3 on the wing with no hesitation.
Go home, Kansas.
Right? That was one of the flyest shots I've ever seen in my life.
You're talking about the kid from Wichita State?
No, Northern Iowa.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They were beating Kansas and they were up and like Kansas, it was like the end of the game, so Kansas was going on a run. And it was
I
like
think-
they put it. What do you think?
Oh, I think they did like a little clip with that kid recently at the NCAA tournament.
Asking Kansas fans about
Yes,
that play.
yes,
Yeah, they did.
yep.
That was last year, I think. They were asking all the Kansas fans. He was asking them like, "Oh, you remember this play?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, I hate that guy." And he was like, "Well, that's me." It was mad funny.
He wasn't scared at all.
Good for him. Good for him.
I hope people do that with who? Chris Jenkins to UNC?
I don't know. Why would they do that?
I don't know. Or who was the guy that hit the game winner on you?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, see, there you go. You can deny it, but I know that burns still. You don't just brush that off. I don't care what redemption you got.
Justin Jackson hit what equated to the game-winning shot last year, but it wasn't at the buzzer. Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about the guy who ended your season, who shot Jordan's crying ass face into the hoop for the win.
Yeah, Justin Jackson won.
1-point lead tonight.
They're not good.
I'm changing the topic.
When's Ty Lue gonna get fired?
He already did.
Didn't he get
I
fired?
thought it was at halftime.
So I only briefly saw this thing that you guys sent. So he literally just walked off the court?
I guess he doesn't feel good, but I know what that means.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, Cleveland is in utter chaos right now.
Yo, they're not good at all.
Chaos.
And LeBron's like not trying.
Is he going to stick around, you think? Or
Not.
does he get traded maybe?
No, they're not going to trade him.
Nah,
He already said that
win,
he won't waive his no trade clause
But how long ago did he say that?
today.
Oh, all right. I was going to say like a week, because like a week ago, I never would have even
Today.
fathomed that could happen. But things have gone so horribly there.
Yo, he's part of the
that-
problem though.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, they were going in on him. Jalen Rose and Stephen A. on First Take this morning. Did you see it?
No, I can't watch that show.
Oh, I always watch that. I like Max Kellerman a lot. They were going in on him today about like he's like everybody in the NBA is starting to like think he's a bigger bitch than he already was because of all the like the tweets and the social media bullshit he does, and then this Golden State Warriors stuff.
Yeah, he's mad
Like,
passive aggressive with his shit,
yeah.
and everything's Kevin
Like,
Love's
oh,
fault.
His game's falling off.
Even though
and-
he's hurt.
So
I don't think his
it was
game's
wild.
falling off. I think he just isn't trying as hard. Like I think he's frustrated and he's just kind of giving up, which isn't a good look. But
Yeah. Can't be doing that, right?
It's just
nah, probably not.
Joe would never do that.
who 1C.
Apparently he does though, because LeBron is.
Y'all see, just not to switch teams, but y'all see all this going down in Washington with like Gortat throwing shade at John Wall.
I saw a little bit of it, but
Now
I didn't really look
Gortat's on
into
the
it.
trade block.
That's because JJ said no one likes him, man. Now everybody
Yeah,
thinks
but
that.
then, Gortat sent a tweet out and said like unbelievable team win or something, and like team was in quotes, and basically he was getting on Wall because everybody's saying how much better they're passing the ball. So there was a video of Wall put out today,
Oh.
basically saying he doesn't know why that dude's saying anything because he spoon feeds him more assists than anybody else on the team. And then now it comes out there we're talking about trading Gortat to get like DeAndre Jordan or somebody.
I read a Zach Lowe article that said, according to like those cameras that capture all the players' movement and everything that they have above the floor, John Wall walks the ball and walks around the court more than anyone in the league.
I heard that too.
Like
Like,
he
he's
doesn't
just
run.
standing around. Or
Yeah, he's just standing around. Yeah. Like, that makes no sense to me because he might be the fastest person in the league.
But I'm not surprised, yo. He comes off like that to me. Like he would just like a Chris Lyons. That's what he reminds me of.
Yes!
Crazy.
Yo, yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? Like if you're friends with him, cool. But if not, like fuck the world, son. Like,
Even when you're friends with him
it's-
sometimes, it's like, yo, this guy.
Yeah, and it's just like I don't know. It's like get his, and he don't come across like the ultimate team player to me. But I'm all about him. I mean, I like to watch him play.
Oh, yeah, he's the
But
man.
apparently
He's the
only
man
when
for
he's got
life.
the ball. Oh, yeah.
The Giants son, like he just came out straight with a video, basically getting on this dude. Like, didn't go talk to him privately or anything. Just put put out a video, like shut your mouth.
Well, him and Bradley
But,
Beal
I
have
mean-
never gotten along.
That's wild. I'm not surprised again though.
Like,
Who
I think
does
when
he get
Bradley Beal
along with
got
on
paid,
that team.
I don't know. I know when Bradley
Kelly
Beal got
Oubre?
paid, he was like, now you got to stop getting hurt.
Beal was saying stuff like that too, though.
Yeah,
You know,
they don't-
how everybody's moving the ball better and all that stuff, and everybody's all excited,
Yeah.
and, ready to move it.
JJ
Bradley
Barea
Beal might be better
spitting
than
the
him.
truth, man.
Then Wall.
Yeah. Like, I'm not ready to say it for sure, but, like, it's close.
Yeah, that dude's really good. I mean, this year he's staying on the court actually, so
Yeah.
that's the only problem with him really. If he can stay on the court and keep playing like this, he's a beast. When I was down there, down in Chapel Hill, I don't know who we were watching them play. It might have been the Warriors, but Bradley Beal made like every three he took. So
Yeah,
we were
he's
watching
nice.
the game and we were like, why would anybody else shoot the ball? Like, and then at the end of the game, he doesn't touch the ball. But yeah, that dude's crazy. Well, you think one of them two got to go for them to like take that next step, or you think they can coexist and do it because they haven't yet?
I mean,
I
I think they could play together. I don't know.
They should be better than they are.
I don't
Should
know. Is
they?
Wall a winner? I mean, is he gonna go far? Is
They're a
he-
500 team in the East, son. They should definitely be better with those two players.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who-
You're right.
Out of all the duos in the Eastern Conference, how many teams have a better duo than them?
Not
Maybe
a,
none.
not a lot. Yeah.
Like maybe
They
none
should
of
be
them,
way.
right?
I think they should be way better than they are. And
Yeah.
with all this coming out, I mean, JJ Barea is sparking it, saying no one likes him. All-
Don't mess with Jay.
I mean, maybe that's true. And I mean, look. I mean, they're getting
His
waxed.
attitude,
They're getting waxed right now, but they have won 5 in a row. As soon as
well,
he.
his
the third,
attitude
so-
has always been an issue even since he was in high school. Like there were some schools that just straight up wouldn't recruit him because of his attitude.
Not surprising.
Who, John Wall?
Who, Wall?
Yeah.
Well, the good thing for him, Calipari was
Yeah, I was gonna say Cal don't care.
You don't care about his attitude.
Get
Yeah, because he's
buckets.
from Raleigh, so a lot of people were surprised he didn't go to either North Carolina or Duke. And both of them recruited him, but they didn't go very strong after him. And there were some other schools that just stayed away from him completely.
Yo,
John Wall would have been amazing in UNC's offense, son.
Yeah, he would have. Yeah.
Which is,
Oh,
He would have
which
been
is what I
hated,
said, why
too.
people were surprised that he didn't go to a school that was close that would have fit him perfectly.
He would have been
I,
hated.
I do have something I want to discuss with Kyle real quick.
Here we go.
Oh, no. I'm in trouble. What?
The podcast that I wasn't on, right? I listened back to it, and you said something about how, I don't know, like Kentucky wasn't good, so there goes my idea of just UNC should just get the best players because they'll always win. Right? It's either getting lost in my trolling efforts to you, or I'm not explaining myself well enough, but the reason I think UNC would be unstoppable if they got all the top recruits is because I think Roy Williams is a lot better coach than Coach Cal. Like
I agree with
I
you
think
there.
I think he would do
But
more
you
with
can-
the talent.
You could even use Duke as an example, though. Like, look at them. They're losing to BC and to St. John's, and they've only won one national title doing this one-and-done stuff as well.
Yeah, but I think
I
he's
think
probably
Kenny's a better coach than Roy is. My
yeah.
point is just that you're taking kids that are 17 and 18 years old, and the jump from high school to college is ridiculous. It's just as big as going from college to high school. And you're
But
just
who
not
does
gonna
that?
get you're not going to get the consistent performance night in and night out from these kids.
Yeah, I mean that's what like when they just lost to St. John's. Coach K was like, "This is the most embarrassing performance I've seen." In,
I mean,
you know, that, but
I'm
we're
sure
gonna
he's
have
had
those
worse.
letdown games. I don't know, son. To lose to that team like
I
10
mean,
and 13 and on an 11.
didn't he lose to whack ass teams in the tournament?
Yeah, but that's in the tournament. St. John's isn't sniffing any tournament of any kind.
Yeah, but still, they're Duke. He loses to whack teams in the tournament. People just overreact in the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it was probably an overreaction, but it's a fair point that Like,
Well, my point basically
you
is that
shouldn't lose to these kids. You have all these studs.
Got out
But it's
coached
going to
by
happen
Mullins,
when you
huh?
have all these studs and they're freshmen.
well, I just
Chris
want you
Mullin.
to know that I thought UNC would do better because Roy's a better coach.
I
They-
do agree with you in that point. That I think
Like
that if Roy
I think he
if
would
Roy
have
were
won
getting
more
the guys
national
that Cal did
championships
over this time.
Yes.
He would have more than one title. Absolutely.
You guys would probably have like the new aged UCLA.
Well, I mean, I think
Not quite that.
No,
We're
no,
not
I
winning,
mean,
like 7, 8 in a
how-
row or anything. But
No, I mean, but you would have what you have 3, and
we have 3 in Roy's tenure here. I think if he were to do,
I think you would have like
got
5.
all of the teams that Cal got, we would probably have 5, maybe 6.
Okay, so yeah, that would be the new UCLA to me because no one's winning 6 or 8
No,
in a row.
not- yeah,
so
not a
yeah,
chance in hell.
like
you know what the difference would be in years like this year, where we don't have like that go-to player, that big-time guy.
Yeah.
would be the
We would have
difference.
that on. You know, we would have got
Yeah.
like Bagley or somebody that could
Mhm.
take over and win us the game,
Yep.
and then that would be huge.
Yeah, a couple of years ago with the
Or a Cousins or
Villanova
Wall
game,
or
if Brandon
anyone.
Ingram was on North Carolina, that game is a different ball game,
Yeah.
and he would have come. That would have
Yeah,
been a
Brandon
one and done
Ingram, we
player,
would
you know.
destroyed them. We'll take their best player. Like,
I did see-
pretty close.
I saw this clip of Ben Simmons talking about going to college, and they asked him what he got from it, and he was like nothing.
Well, I think he's a different cat to kind of talk on that.
Why?
Like he went to 1 LSU, 2 just didn't care because they didn't make the tournament. So like I don't think he was really.
I don't think he.
college the same way
I
a lot
don't
of
think
these
he
people do.
ever cared. From the way he was
No,
talking,
not at all.
it didn't mean shit to him to go to college. He
Yeah,
did it
but I
because he
think
had
with-
to.
Yeah, too.
I think with some of these kids, they're at least thinking like, if I'm going to college, I want to go somewhere where I'm going to win. He just was like, I got to do this. Like, all right, whatever.
LSU.
He said he learned.
Who's going to be the best for
He
me?
picked that shit out of the hat.
He said he learned more in his year not playing in the NBA than he did in college.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
And he said that he was pissed because they couldn't say like Ben Simmons is coming like on banners or anything, but they had like
Yeah,
25
I
is
remember
coming, and he was like, "Oh, that's cool."
Amateurism.
There's a documentary he made about his year in college that's supposed to be really good.
That he made?
Well, I'm sure he didn't make it himself, but it follows him for that year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's on the Showtime app I have. I've been meaning to watch it, but it's supposed to be a really good documentary, and it's basically about like the system and stuff like that. So I'm sure he gets on the NCAA a ton.
Yeah, he did in this like 30-second clip I watched.
Yeah, so I gotta check that out.
They were like, "What would have happened if you didn't go to college?" He said, "I would have cost a lot of people a lot of money."
Yeah, so that's what it is. Everyone has their hands out to get something but the player.
Everybody. You know, it's funny, the Adidas NCAA basketball paying scandal thing has just kind of gone. Nobody's talking about it anymore.
Because no one really
Just,
cares.
yeah, whatever, just keep on going.
That shit is all fake outrage.
I mean, everybody knows that's happening. Maybe not to
Yeah,
that level all
exactly.
the time, but that all day, that's behind the scenes action.
They've known that it's happening at that level, man. They made a movie about it. It's called Blue Chips.
Blue Chips is a great movie. If you haven't seen it, go see it.
It's a factual movie.
There's a lot worse stuff the NCAA overlooks than players getting paid. So
Yeah.
Like Penn State, Michigan State.
and Michigan State, right?
No, I-
You know, that might be worse, son. Like that's I don't know which one's worse. They're both like obviously terrible, but it's ridiculous that can just happen for. That
I
long.
think Penn State is worse because he was doing it to like kids who were coming from like
Yeah.
underprivileged places to be like
Yeah,
mentors at Penn, like kids under like guidance at Penn State.
because it's the children, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, like
and
if
that's
you were dealing with minors in that situation, anything dealing with minors is putting it on a different level. So I think Penn State was worse.
Well, the
But
gymnastic
they're
girls are
both
minors,
egregious.
yeah, yeah. And that shit was
Did,
going on for
did you guys
years.
see- What's that?
That shit was going on for
Both
years.
of them.
Both of them were going on for like a decade.
Yeah, but like people were investigating the guy at MSU for like 10 years.
Still doing it.
And they
Yeah,
still
well,
just
that's
let
the
him.
thing with MSU is that like they just continually covered it up or just were like, okay, whatever, and turned a blind eye to things.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys see the clip of one of the victims' dads at the sentencing.
Trying to get at him.
Yes.
Yeah, I was texting
Kev sent
about
it in.
that.
Yeah, we talked about it. Yeah.
Yeah. That man should have thought it through a little bit better.
They
and
should have
just
let
not-
him go.
Yup.
Well, he also just should have not said anything, and like mid
Got up
conversation
and,
just
yeah.
went at him.
Right. He shouldn't have to
Like-
strategize, man. Them cops reacted way too
Well-
quick.
Right. If
I
I was
watched-
scared, I'd be like, oh.
I watched a clip afterwards of like him talking to the judge because the judge didn't put him in jail or anything. She let him go,
Of course not.
Yeah.
Good.
and she
Well,
was
did
like,
you, did you hear? I don't mean to cut you off real quick, but did you hear her?
Well, you are.
Like she
Like-
was trying, like he was trying to talk to her about like put me in a room and stuff, and
Oh,
she
yeah,
was
yeah,
kinda,
yeah.
like caught off guard and a little baffled, didn't
Well-
really know what to say to it.
I guess he never went to any of the hearings before because he was like, I don't really want to be there. I don't know what's going to happen. But his daughters asked him to go this time because they were going to make a statement. And I guess in the statement, they said things like they didn't know if they were ever going to be able to trust a man again. Like they didn't know how it was going to affect their like marriage and stuff if they ever did get married. And he said that was just too much. And he decided on spot that man needed to get punched in the face. And I was like, exactly. Yep.
Which
He
is
should've-
which is
This
why
makes sense.
exactly why he probably didn't go to the other ones because he was going to hear some shit that was going to push him over the edge.
Yep.
And he knew, so.
And this cat did it to 3 of his daughters.
All of them, probably.
3.
That's
He's
insane.
lucky. Yo, he's that and Larry Nasir or Nasser, whatever the hell his name is lucky that dude didn't bring a gun into court with him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do that to 3 of my daughters.
Right.
Fuck you.
He deserves it. Like, honestly, if he did, they should just be like, alright, this is over. Like,
Kev said it.
Dude, man.
The guard should have been a little slow.
Just be slow,
let
man.
him
They
get
had
one lick in, that's all.
3 dudes tackle and lay on him and put him in a headlock. Like, just let him just one hit and then just pick him up and take him out of the room.
Right?
Right? That was excessive, too. Like, they were like mushing him into the ground. Like,
And as soon as the cameras are
you
going,
know-
just let him walk.
You know why he's mad, right?
yeah, he has every right to be there.
It's like,
Jeez.
dirtbag.
Remember when we were listening to it on the sports radio when I was down there and the judge was just going in on him?
Oh, during the sentencing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she
She
was
was-
giving him the business.
she was
I
fierce,
just signed
dude.
your death warrant.
Uh-huh. Like, get him, Judge. We were just both like, can she say this? Like,
Yo, judges can say whatever the fuck they want.
yeah,
Apparently
she was,
so.
Too. She was, too. It was great. Like, let that man know. Jeez.
So speaking of when you were down here, McCoy, did you guys enjoy yourselves? What was your favorite part, and what was your son's?
My favorite part was just walking out on the court and being in the stadium when no one was there.
Yeah, shit
Just
is
being
such a
down
cool
on
feeling.
just being down on the court, and yeah, just walking around with them. But his favorite part, I don't know. He doesn't give you much information. He just have fun.
The trampoline park.
I know he liked the game. Yeah, obviously he liked the trampoline thing. He liked being on the court, and yeah, just being at the game in general. He hasn't been to a basketball game like that before, so. And that was my first UNC game too, so I'm glad I got to experience it with him.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. He's got a boy. It's his first
Yep,
first
he
boy
does.
in our, as far as our group is concerned, Andrew
Yep.
Playtech.
This boy
Got to
from New
meet
York,
him.
too.
Yep. Kids from the Albany area.
Yeah, that dude's got some hops too.
Yes, he does.
I didn't expect that.
Rich, there were the game that we were at. There was a rebound. He's a little white guard. You don't really
He's only a
expect
little
too much
taller than me.
athleticism from me.
Mhm.
What was he, like 6'2", you figure?
I'm 6'2", so he's probably like 6'3".
Okay. So there's a rebound, and there's a big dude for NC State that's going up. Playtech came up from behind him and just snatched that shit cleanly away from him. Me and McCoy both looked at each other and were like, whoa. Look at this kid.
You wouldn't expect it if you see him. Like when we walked out, because they took us like in the back, so like we walked by like the weight room and the locker rooms and stuff, and like all the other players were in the weight room. Because like me and Caleb looked in and we saw like Theo Pinson and Barry were in there and they were all working out or whatever. And then the one dude was outside at the locker. It was Playtech. So he walked, the guy we were with was like, oh, you can talk to one player, and he was like, it's Andrew Playtech. And so we talked to him for a minute. But like, you wouldn't expect to look at this kid like. You figure he's just that little UNC white that's screening threes, you know?
Oh, he's white?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that
He's
just
a
that
freshman.
changes everything.
Yep.
Yep, so, no, it was cool. I mean, obviously, I wish we would have won the game, but
That was one of the most absurd games. Like, the further away we get from it, the more I'm like, how in the hell did they do that?
son, that cat was 7 of 7 from 3 on us.
They were 15 of 30. Yo,
Play some
the
defense.
The kid who was
No, we
7
don't.
of 7, it was more than just bad
Step
defense.
out,
Like,
man. Step out
the
on
deal
those
was
threes.
terrible.
Bad
but-
perimeter defense.
The kid who was 7 of 7 for 3 shot less than 30% on the season going into the game from three-pointer.
It's because they're afraid they're gonna blow by you. Ain't got no team speed.
It's because other
man.
teams play defense.
Can't get out on them threes.
You
And
know, though?
No.
I don't fucking
No, I
know.
don't see it.
Fuck did I know?
For whatever reason, we kept on doubling the ball down low, just leaving dudes wide open the entire freaking game.
Yeah, son, Duke might light us. Duke's probably going to light us up Thursday, to be honest.
Well, but here's the
Ooh,
thing, though, and
Grayson.
it's kind of funny because
Oh yes.
we flipped the script with Duke this season because they're not really a perimeter team anymore. They're more paint oriented, and we're the ones who are on the perimeter. So I'm not really sure how this game is going to go on Thursday.
Grayson's about to bang on somebody. I'll tell you that.
Well, we have
Grayson's about
And
to
then
get
fall
back in
down
the
like
face
no one
with an
touched
elbow
him.
from somewhere.
we have top 20 for the Wooden Award finalists. Lou.
Oh.
Why do we even care about the top
Boy.
20? Like that's something we care about.
That's your boy. You're damn right we care about
That
it.
drunk
Well, yeah, Sam is my
picture.
boy.
Is he?
So I've talked to Luke more than I have Sam in the last 2 years.
So you can just pretend. Oh look, goddammit! Oh no, it's there. He is.
Yeah. Yeah. Look at that.
Yo, I'm gonna have to talk to Josh, the guy who took us around McCoy from in the Smith Center, because he's the one who has to send that stuff in, and like that's not the proper picture for them to be choosing for
No,
him.
absolutely not.
Looks like he just went 12 rounds with Rocky Balboa.
Listen, the Drunk Sam comparison for that picture was spot on.
Yeah. Oh,
Right
well,
here.
he's making
Did you
that.
ever,
That's when he's making
did you ever
that.
get on the people for this putting the wrong graphics up on the board, son? During the
Oh,
game?
absolutely. As soon as I went into work for the Pittsburgh game, I sat down and I was like, "So, who attempted to work LEDs last game? They
Kept
they
putting the
did
wrong
not do
ones
their
up.
job correctly."
That's funny.
Yo, can we talk about what position we would play? I'm trying to ask this question for like 3 weeks, and I got shut
Yeah,
down.
son. Get your unknown
Start it off,
errors
son.
out the way.
Hey.
I forgot
Think
all
about
about
Question,
that
you want to
shit.
start it off, or you want one?
All right, so doesn't matter. I forgot how it started. It was like 3 weeks ago. We were watching
I remember
something
when you
together.
said that you wanted to ask it. Yep.
Yeah, and I want to know if you could play any position in sports and be like filthy at it. What would it be?
Are we just doing every sport? Or
You can if you
sport by
want.
sport?
Like you can do it sport by sport, or just like you can pick the position you would really want to play, or you can pick like I would also do like this and this if I could, but I would really do this. Like for me, like I'll start it like if I could play any position, like I would love to play like point guard. Just like you know how like we hate on Chris Paul, but Chris Paul is filthy. Like if I could play point guard like that would be insane. But if it was the NFL, like I would play free safety because free safety has always been the flyest position in the world to me.
I'm with you on that one.
And if it was baseball, like center field is dope as shit.
I don't. Playing safety to me, like in today's NFL, I don't think is the same as when we grew up. Because I just don't think you can play the position like you used to.
Well, I
Like,
feel
you're
like
gonna get a lot more penalties. Like you can't I mean, you can still hit people obviously, but I don't know. I just feel like it's different now. Like
see, I would want to play for the picks. Like I want to play like Ed Reed. I want to pick people off and bring it to the house.
see, I would want to do both. Like be like Sean Taylor, like, be able to get picks and lay the boom on people. Because I feel like that's the flyest part. Like dudes, you can just make dudes scared to come across the middle. You know.
See, I'd rather intercept the ball and change. Like, yeah, I'm not worried about hitting people at all.
Can't pick off every pass, son. You gotta be an enforcer back there sometimes.
It's fine. Just tackle him. I can tackle him.
Nope. Gotta put him on the back toe.
This is a tough one for me. Like, for baseball, it's a no-brainer. Just because I played it, I would want to be a second baseman or a shortstop. Like, the middle infield is just cool as hell, and shortstop is the captain of the team, essentially, when you're out on the field. So why wouldn't you want to be that? But when I'm sitting here thinking about football, like, at first I wrote backup quarterback. Like, I'm trying to save my mind still, and it's like a hypothesis here.
Yeah,
That's the best answer.
But I'm trying to think, like, okay, it's just a fantasy, so I'm not worried about my mind. And if that's the case, I want to be a wide receiver, son. I'm going to be the diva on the team, the loudmouth that's running his mouth because he's
That
not
does
getting
fit
the
you.
ball. And when I do get the ball, I'm running my mouth even more. And then in basketball, yeah, like you said, the point guard, the general out on the floor.
Yo, and just passing is like the best part of
Same
basketball.
thing with
So
hockey. I want to be the center.
no one gives a fuck about hockey,
Yeah,
son.
no one
I
asked about
do.
hockey.
So, oh well for you.
I'm gonna find a
You
way
said
to
name
blank
all
that
the
out.
sports. I named all the sports.
Hockey's not a
I
sport.
think if I had to pick a football position to be like that, and I would probably pick quarterback, just because that's the one position where you get the ball every play, and that's the one superstar position in the sport.
Yeah.
Like if I'm out there like.
But you're
like
black.
a
You ain't gonna be
supercharged-
like. It's not the same for you.
That's what I was gonna say. If I was like a supercharged Mike Vick that could drop dimes out there.
Exactly.
like
You ain't
Tom
throwing the
Brady,
ball.
That's messed up, man. See? This is why I
Listen.
don't watch football because I don't have anybody to cheer for at the quarterback position.
That's right.
They took away all my heroes.
You got Cam out there, your boy.
No, he's definitely not my boy, man. He's a buster.
Yo, the biggest busters.
Were you about to say he's not black?
Oh, he might get to that point one day. Man, he sucks, dude. Like, I try to like Cam so much, but he just makes it too hard.
Yeah, as long as he's
Can't be a
got
fan
that
of that,
blonde goatee, he's
As long as he just
Yeah,
keeps
yeah.
opening his mouth.
Exactly. He makes it too hard to be his fan. Like, shut up, Cam. There's no good black quarterbacks in the NFL right now.
Tyrod's alright. Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. There we
If he-
go.
if he
It's
comes
gotta be-
back.
It's gotta be Watson, son. He's gotta be the savior.
And
He's got-
that guy,
Wilson.
that guy Anthony McCoy.
He's a buster too, son.
Yeah, he's not the man.
Nope.
No, he's not
I
at
can't ride
all.
with him. If I could pick a basketball position to play, I would probably just want to be a beast-ass blocking center. Because that was always my funnest part about playing basketball, was blocking people.
You
So
want
I
to be
could just be
Dikembe?
a nasty rim protector that blocks everything. That'd be
Oh,
good.
so you want to be Tristan Thompson?
Hell no. What does Tristan Thompson block, son?
Yeah, he gets
I was trying
blocks.
to be nice. I said Dikembe, but
He ain't
Tristan's
blocking
better.
shots out there.
Sure he is.
I'll take the Khloe Kardashian part,
I was
though.
just about to say you'll take the Chloe part.
But I feel like there's no players like that anymore either. Like, who's just a straight shot
Because it's
blocker
not
anymore?
cool.
Yes,
Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant. There you go.
He averages like 4 a
Leading the
game.
league.
What happened?
Porzingis was leading the league until he tore every.
Porzingis is done, man.
That's why
Nah.
tore his knee up.
They said he put pressure on it when he got in the locker room. He's going for an MRI.
It's just like when you
Yeah, it
step on
doesn't
a
matter.
grasshopper. That's what happened with his knees.
Yeah.
Got him.
I was gonna send the other video in of him on the ground, but it was just it wasn't right. He was in so much pain, banging the ground.
I don't want to see that.
Nah,
McCoy, what baseball position you playing, son? I want to know this.
you don't play that sport either.
None of them. I don't want to be that bored, son.
How about what hockey position are you
I
playing?
feel like the only one in baseball that would probably not be too boring is if you were like a nasty pitcher, right? Because then you still get the ball every play and you get to shut everybody down and let them know.
Hell yeah,
Otherwise,
dude.
But then you got to
Otherwise,
sit
I'm-
around the other 4 days during the week when you're not
Nah.
It's
pitching.
fine. I'll be getting drunk in the dugout, man.
Red Sox.
Strawberry
Yeah,
out there.
fried chicken.
Man.
The Red Sox
That'd
did
be
it.
like Doc. Daryl was a position player.
In hockey, I would just be the goon that throws hands.
This guy really picked
You
the
wanna be the
hockey
defenseman?
position.
The goon, son.
The goon.
Is it NHRO?
Who's that?
The 7-foot
Sure.
dude that's on Boston?
He's
Oh,
7
yeah.
foot.
Yo, this dude is huge. So he is legitimately 6'10" without skates. You put skates on him, and all of a sudden he's 7'1" out there throwing hands.
That don't even make sense.
Oh, speaking of hockey, just as you brought this up, well, just as we were talking about hockey, Team USA has its first ever black player in the Olympics.
Hey,
There you are.
Making
hey.
He's
progress.
the goon, too.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
you, McCoy.
Nope. Some guy, some 20-year-old from Boston University, Jordan
Oh.
Greenway.
All
I
right.
saw that earlier. I was like, all right,
It would-
I can rock with it. And he's from Canton, New York.
Going to Boston.
So we're moving on up in the Canuck world.
All right, let me see
Yeah,
here.
what are
Kev,
your positions?
For baseball, a closer, son. I don't need to get hit by that ball. I can come in, shut that shit down. I get to play every day. I don't have to sit there every 4 days and all that shit. But I get to come in crunch time, man, and just shut that shit down. I'm being a closer.
It's a good choice.
That is a good choice.
Football, I gotta be a quarterback, dude. With the strongest arm in the world. I want to throw that shit 80 yards from my knees.
Kyle
I
Bullard.
I have a laser, yeah, but I want to be I want to be accurate too. I want to, Let's not just make me the backup like Kyle. Shit.
Son, you can go out there and sling the rock. I'll back you up and make that money.
There you go.
Gotta get in and play one good game, Kyle.
It's fine. I got one in me.
For basketball, dude, I think I want to be like a healthy Kawhi, man. Like being able to lock somebody down, like take out that other team's. Because you can talk mad shit if you can. Like I've played ball and I could shoot threes and shit, but if you could, like, I think defense is crazy. Like not blocking shots, that's cool and all, but just
locking them up.
eliminating. You know what I mean? That's wild. Like I think that, like watching that,
Man, hard.
crazy hard. Like you got to have
Yeah.
be
Shut
crazy
down the
fast. You got to be
so-
crazy smart. Like side to side movements. That's hard, dude. I'd want to just take your best player out and talk mad shit.
Yeah, let them know.
Hockey, son? I don't play hockey. No hockey here.
Too cold out there.
Kev, you know what's weird? Whenever I think of you playing basketball, I think of you shooting. And I think of you shooting in the gym with those little kids from like half court drilling those shits.
Hell yeah, man.
Right? And whenever I think of you playing basketball, I think of that. So I think about like how big you are or how tall you are. Like you would just be the like stereotypical or like the prototypical like stretch four now.
Today, right? Hell yeah. I was
Yeah,
thinking
like
that,
just
but I
big
wanted
and can
to-
shoot.
Kevin Love over there.
There you go.
Luke May.
Yo, I can't believe you that. That's amazing to me. There's no guidance, Kev.
None.
That's all we got right now, man.
I'm very happy.
Probably winning award finalist.
That's
It's in the
your.
top 20. We're supposed to act like it's the top 5.
When it gets narrowed down, it's gonna be if he keeps these numbers up.
Jeez.
Bulls are about to.
What if they're
draft
not
him.
ranked?
Nah, they better not.
The Bulls are drafting.
Bullets being on the Tar Heels, so don't mess it up. Maybe in the second round we can take him.
No, son, I think he's the perfect fit for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah, he's already rich as boy.
You guys are gonna get rid of Julius Randle. He'll just slide
Mhm.
right into that role for you.
If he can shoot. Yo,
Him and-
hold on. Let him come to the Lakers.
Him and
You
Bogut
realize this
have to
all
hang
changes once he goes to the NBA, right?
What?
Like I don't care that you say he's my boy now. But
Son, if he goes to the Lakers, he is so much your boy. You're getting a
no,
shirt
but listen to
jersey
me.
of that dude.
Listen to me. If he goes to the
If he
Lakers,
goes to the
you
NBA.
you for sure as hell will be getting clips of him in the gym knocking down threes and me being pumped about it.
I can't wait. I hope to God it happens so that next year when we're doing this podcast, we'll have a third person that can tell us, Lou.
Oh, I'm not doing that
It'll
dumb
be
shit.
your ass.
Nope, you're in. You're all in. He's gonna hit a game winner for the Lakers in the playoffs.
Yo, that yes, I'll do it. Yes.
That guy right there.
I will- yes. Listen. I hung out with a guy that looked like that for almost 10 years. I can root for one from across the coast.
That's right.
Looks like he's getting ready to make that noise, Rich.
had to stick to a strict time limit on this one. We got shit we got to do, but we appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll be back next week with another one. The fellas are out. Yeah, that picture is just